Welcome back to another episode of Tossers, your weekly dose of everything sports and pop culture. A bit of a Christmas special coming at you. A lot to unpack this week. Or happy Hanukkah for our Jewish listeners out there.
When did Hanukkah start?
I was going to say happy Hanukkah to our Jewish listeners, not you, Kanye.
Oh yeah, that's a low blow. Oh, sorry. I can't really speak right now at the moment.
For all those of you who are listening and...
this might be a very quick gag.
For all those of you who are listening and not watching the YouTube video or some of our clips, Crawls, what are you wearing? What could we describe it as? I mean, it looks like you're wearing a bit of a gimp suit.
No, I'm wearing a traditional Mexican wrestling mask in the colours of red and green for Christmas because it's our Christmas episode.
Very topical.
Excuse my slurring of my words because I can't quite move my mouth right now. Not fully anyway. But it looks pretty badass.
Might need to do a costume check. It's going to be like when I went to Dua Lipa and there were 4 different costume checks throughout the whole thing.
Well, she can let my mask if she wants for a Mexican episode. Feliz Navidad.
Mask on, mask off.
Feliz Navidad.
Anyway, before we get into Christmas,
yeah,
I can't take you seriously.
Yeah, I'll take it off. Hit us with the first. What are we chatting about today, Toss?
Well, I was going to say, before we get into this is a serious thing. Before we get into the Christmas items, hot off the back of arguably one of the best World Cups ever, the Argentinians.
Yeah, one of the best World Cup game that we've seen, and might go down in history as the best World Cup game ever. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, of course you didn't. Of course you didn't watch it.
I watched the highlights.
No, I chucked it on the next morning. I didn't get up and see it, but I watched the full replay. The best part of watching a replay is you can skip through to the parts where the goals are. Yeah. As in like 10 minutes before you can skip all the passing around back to back, the boring part of soccer that no one likes, and then get right to it.
Surely you were going for Argentina, or you?
I was. You want to see Messi, the greatest of all time. Like he is arguably now, not arguably even.
Don't you think it's interesting?
What's the word?
Yeah, arguably the best of all time.
But he's not arguably. He is the best of all time.
Objectively? Objectively the best player of all time.
That's not the word I'm looking for. It's not the word I'm looking for.
Well, let's not get caught in it.
Without a doubt, he is the best player of all time. In my head anyway, he is unreal. I wanted to see him win. And the French have got probably the next best player for the next 10 years in Mbappe on their team. And God, he was unreal. Imagine scoring a hat-trick in the grand final and then losing it. But you've kicked a bag of 12 in your grand final and then you've lost it, like in footy standards. That is what happened to Mbappe.
Who has done that? Is there anyone in football time who's kicked a bag of 10 and then lost the premiership?
I have no idea. We'll get our stats men onto it. Two men? Nah. The boys aren't listening.
No stats, man. But it's interesting you say objectively or arguably the best player of all time. Probably the other player who's up there doesn't have the same amount of love worldwide. Ronaldo. There's a lot of Cristiano Ronaldo hate that goes
Portugal
out there.
Colours are Christmas colours as well.
Yeah.
Fun little fact there.
Thanks to all our Portuguese listeners out there, big fans of the podcast.
Yep, they sure are. Shout out to Lisbon.
But we'll go into one of the more interesting things. I don't know if you saw the drone footage of everyone in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Oh, my God. It looked like downtown Melbourne on New Year's Eve.
And I tell you what, I know it's like summer in Argentina as well, but they'll definitely be having a white Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Is Argentina near Colombia? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in South America.
Yeah, they get exports over there for sure. I don't think they need to anyway. They'd be so hyped. Like the soccer fans there, it is their religion.
What could be the closest thing that Australia could ever have to a celebration like that? I think we spoke on it like a week or two before, the 1984 America's Cup, where we won that yacht race for the first time in 120 years.
Yeah, I reckon that's up there for the top 3-5 moments in Australia. It's you see it's so big and there's so many people getting around it, and it is, other than winning a world war, it's like that's what I was going to say. That is the pinnacle of a world, like you are the best in the world.
That's like
all the nations come together, everyone else really is pretty high standard at it.
It honestly looks like World War II Times Square Victory Day.
Yeah.
But
I don't, what do we have that, like the grand finals every year for AFL, it's not really the same. And we're not playing against other countries.
I mean, what other sports or, things could unite us all. I mean, like, the biggest thing in Australia did, right, when Cadel Evans won the Tour de France.
Yeah, that was pretty massive, but it's very niche cycling. Maybe when we won Eurovision, because we're not even in European.
Did you say when we did win Eurovision?
Oh, no, if we won Eurovision. Wait, did we win one year?
Okay, I don't think so,
wrong,
mate.
Yeah, wrong crowd. We were close. Jess Malboy also sung for our Eurovision team. I know you're not a big Eurovision fan, mate.
No, not my scene, mate.
Oh, I can't think of any Eurovision songs.
ABBA.
And I'm not going to sing them. Were they in Eurovision?
I'm pretty sure that's how they started.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Will Ferrell's in that dog shit movie about Eurovision, which now that I said dog shit, I actually quite like it. It had its moments. Like a satellite, can't go a minute without that one. Lena someone, she sung that song. There was a guy who played a violin that won one year. And then that Greek, the Greeks that dressed up really scary, like Korn.
No, I thought they were like Norwegian, like the heavy metal band or whatever you call it.
There you go. If they're Norwegian and you've got that little nugget of knowledge in your head, we'll go with that, Toss.
The full metal, it's not really a Greek thing. I think the Greeks were just standing around throwing plates.
Yeah, they had a song. Hoppa.
But
No, you don't know that one?
No, I don't know, mate.
Oh, generally, that was in one year. I used to watch it all the time.
But back to the World Cup, probably someone who's definitely taken the spotlight. There was one Argentinian lady who was very happy with the World Cup result in restrictive Qatar. Took the shirt off and just
there was
around.
actually two of them. And do you think because OnlyFans is so big now, that's why these girls are doing that?
What, to get a bit of clout? Like,
not a bit of clout, just to get subscribers to make money.
Well, who was the?
She can claim it on tax for getting her tatas out of the World Cup. That's what's happening.
The memories.
Yeah, the memory tax.
Well,
that's in the law books.
Apparently, she hasn't been seen since. She's probably locked up in some Qatari jail. She's probably going to do 20 to life.
What do you mean? She would have like 1,000 clients lining up at her door. She's been with them all night.
Yeah, but mate, Qatar, they're quite restrictive. You get locked up for saying a swear word. I can only imagine what would happen if you exposed yourself.
Nah, she might have to stay in hiding. That's for sure. But they were doing the same in Argentina afterwards as well. Have you seen the photo? The dude's taking, like, there's a guy, the camera looks like the happiest lad in the world. And it's like,
probably was.
He's taking the best photo of her side boob. It's just like full side boob camera photo. The horny bastard. He had the biggest smile on his face.
Who was the one? I reckon it was the Russia World Cup. Was it Kinsey Wolanski who invaded the pitch? And it was something like a $30,000 to $50,000 fine, but she gained like 1 million followers.
Yeah, it's a PR move. It's a stunt move.
Everything is a PR stunt.
That's what it comes back to.
I reckon we'll find out in a week that she wasn't even doing it in the thrill of the moment. It was just purely to get the attention and then get a few more.
But she had nothing written on her chest.
Yeah,
just the Argentinian flags. Maybe it was for the love of the sport.
Just like should have tattooed her, handle across the neck,
just across the neck. You imagine any of the
like
AFL,
no regrets.
Imagine any of the AFL cheer squads doing that in the AFL. God, that you would not want to see it.
Collingwood cheer squad exposing themselves.
All of them behind the goals. Oh, that is a sore sight. That would be a sight for sore eyes, that one.
Oh, well,
but it was a good game in the end. Bloody overtime and then to penalties.
I'm just happy that the French didn't win.
Do you still hate the French that much? I feel like this is an old take from like the colonisation.
Yeah, era. I know. Like we say, France would be a great place if it wasn't filled with the French.
Yeah, true. They are a bit rude and snobby, but they're great in spurts.
Yeah. Well, we'll go to the next topic, talking about crowds and things like that. I don't know about you, if your Instagram over the weekend, I swear every man and his dog in Melbourne must have gone to Rufus, or Rufus du Sol as they're also called, on the Thursday, Friday night. They are a great band with a lot of great songs. I feel like we were on the train originally. Atlas first album, fantastic. We don't watch where you're going with this. We don't want to be those guys that's like, we knew about them first. Because that is not who we are. And we definitely didn't know about them first. Yeah. They just had that massive year. Apparently the lead guy's really short. When I say apparently, I've seen him out in the club and he's tiny. Short king. He is a short king. He looks so big up on the stage. Who would have thought? Good on him. Maybe he's got some stilts or something. No, he's just on the stage. Like, you sit below them. So, prospectively,
He's just really tall.
But here's a question I've got to ask, right? And obviously, fantastic concert, and so many people were there. What do you think about every man, his dog getting their phones out and just filming, like almost?
Oh, in any concert ever, it's tough one. I think it does ruin the concert a bit. And then the photos are dog shit because you can hear your voice singing in them, like the whole time.
Yeah,
you post it on your story. You can't even hear the band. You hear your own voice.
No one's there enjoying the moment. Like why can't we have a setup like when you go to like, not that I've been, but like if you go to Berlin, you go to Berghain or the club, and they put like a sticker on your phone so that you can't actually use it. Or how good would it be if they had like radio wave jammers that could just jam everyone's phone, and then you didn't have every wanker. Like,
you still want to remember it. It's actually better for like the taller people, I guess.
Yeah,
because you can see over all the little phones.
Not for the short kings, like.
Well, maybe that's how they see it. It's like what's in the war, and they have those. What's the spy things that they had over the trenches? They look through it like the binoculars that went up.
I know, like the singular like binocular.
Get that? We should be selling them at concerts. Another great business idea for the short people that can't see the stage.
Like
I guess they've got all the screens now, but don't worry about that. We've got a market.
Like the people in the lighthouses who just like looking at the ships with.
What?
You know what I mean? Like what's?
What, a telescope?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Is it a telescope? What's it called?
I don't know. We can't dwell on this for too long.
This is going to annoy me now.
But I feel
It
like
is a telescope. It's a pocket telescope.
How good would
They're cool. That's a good Christmas
how
present.
good would festivals have been to go to back in the day when just like no one had phones or anything? Like, all right.
Yeah, I remember. Yes, I do remember my first show. I went to the Wiggles when I was 4. No one had their phones out. We all sat cross-legged, and it was wild. The girls were wetting themselves because they had diapers on, not because they were anything else for the Wiggles. But they were sick in show. And then I remember maybe Powderfinger when they toured in Albury.
Oh, I love the finger.
They were unreal.
When are we going to see a Powderfinger reunion? Like, I need this to happen.
I don't think
like,
it'll come.
I need it. It's been like 10 years, mate. It's been over 10 years.
Do we have the lowdown on the band members? Like what they're up to?
Bernard Fanning's living in Byron, probably a very spiritual life.
Mm-hmm. As all musicians do.
But I don't even know the names of the other guys. But
and just go see Bernard Fanning when he's playing.
No, but it's not the same, mate.
Wait, the drummer's really sick. I remember he popped up in the middle of the stage.
I was in the top 0.01% of Powderfinger listeners last year on my Spotify.
I think you just need to let them go.
I can't, mate.
I know. They're pretty tough to let go. I'm
not
going
let
backtrack
go.
on that. Powderfinger's unreal. They might have been, I think I got one of their albums for Christmas. Powderfinger. The one with the blue cover. And we used to pop off on SingStar. You ever have SingStar Powderfinger?
No, we had SingStar because did we speak about SingStar and probably the most sung song for young boys, Stacey's Mum?
Yeah. Stacey's Mum will be it. Just not for this song. The film clip.
But I feel like everyone our age has that like core memory of SingStar and Stacey's Mum.
And the worst part about SingStar is once you hit puberty and your voice breaks, you are fucking terrible at it.
Oh, mine was terrible before it broke.
Oh, you okay? You're bad before it breaks. I've got a mate. I bought actually in lockdown. I bought SingStar on my birthday because I was bored and I was just there with my housemates. I'm like, let's buy SingStar. We had a few beers. We bought it and it was very similar. We got so drunk, we sung Angels 7 times in a row. And then my good housemate...
Braithwaite Horses.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. But my housemate, I won't say his name, but he was convinced that his microphone was broken. And I go, mate, it's not broken. But he was getting pretty low scores, so I'm like, it could be broken. Took it straight off him. There was nothing wrong with it. He was just that
definitely
bad
not broken.
At singing. Oh, you tone deaf. That was the old school. I was tone deaf. He was little pasty fella.
Whatever happened to those glory days of SingStar, Guitar Hero? Like
they're all in arcades in Japan. You go over there to play them now. You can't get them over here.
You've been to a few Japanese arcades,
I've
haven't
never
you?
been to Japan, but I watched the videos of people playing them, and they are unreal.
I thought you were going to say watch a lot of hentai.
Mate, that's you. Come on. Wait, is that the same as anime?
No, I think it's quite different.
Explain it to me, Jack.
I don't know, mate. I'm not really proficient.
They've got a lot of octopuses.
Yeah, that's what I believe. So I've been told.
Robots?
Well, next topic.
Jeez, that was one of your worst segues ever.
Oh yeah, well we had to steer clear, mate.
Jeez, you're panicking on the hentai.
Thank
Why'd
you.
you bring it up?
Thank you, next.
If you really want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
Well,
you don't have to. This is your podcast as well as mine, mate. You can talk about whatever you want, especially your interests, your special interests.
Is this a podcast or is this therapy? I need to get
Let it out. Let it out.
Deep-seated childhood issues.
Let it out. It's like that new Jonah Hill film where he talks to his therapist. I'm now Lutz or Struts, your therapist. If you want to talk about hentai, no, I haven't seen it either, but we can, mate.
This GC would be a hard job to be a therapist.
Yeah, nice. Well, walk away from that. It would be, but it's pretty easy. You just say, and how does that make you feel? Oh yeah, and how does that make you feel? And you're the patient. You're supposed to respond.
Mate, I've told you. The only therapy, I've said about 5 times, the only therapy you need is 15 cans of rum and a fist fight.
I hope I get that for Christmas. Should we do little packages up for the boys?
Yeah, 100%.
15 cans. We can take them out. That'll be our Christmas party for the end of the Tossers end of year Christmas party.
But on the subject...
We'll go do therapy on the streets.
On the subject of people having a skinful, so just in the news recently, ex-Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, one of the leaders of the National Party, Michael McCormick, was over on a diplomatic mission or something in Fiji, and got a bit legless on the carver.
I don't think, does Carver even have alcohol in it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, mate, it's like potent. They reckon he had about 5 coconut shells of the stuff.
And what did he do?
He was legless. They had to like pile him into the car and then drive him to hospital. He got that sick.
Who is Michael McCormick?
Ex-Deputy Prime Minister of Australia. He was the leader of the National Party.
Was he? I was thinking of that comedian.
So,
Michael McIntyre. That's you. The Michael McIntyre show. Not the same guy.
Not the same guy.
Right.
And you know the Nationals guys are going to be able to hold their piss better than the others.
Yeah.
Like...
There were just a few... It'd take only one Fijian to carry him out. Just lift him up and put him in the car. That's all he'd need. Carver's good stuff. Have you had it?
No, I haven't.
It's my uncle brought some back.
I went to Vanuatu when I was 10 or 12. I don't think my parents were letting me have a sip of the Carver back then.
Is it just like in Russia, like vodka or whatever, or... wherever else you go,
well,
just the national
that's what I was going to ask about. Have you ever been to, you go to some of the Eastern European countries and they drink like if you go to the Balkans and they drink like rakia.
Rakia, yeah. Or is grappa in Italy? Is it grappa in Italy?
Ouzo in Greece.
Yeah, it's all pretty bad.
And then
surely it's all just moonshine.
It's
moonshine in America.
It's got like aniseed or like it tastes like licorice.
That's one Christmas present my pop got from his brother is a full bottle of moonshine in a methylated spirits bottle that he cleaned out and gave to him.
Moonshine.
I asked Pop where it was the other day because he gave it to him years ago. Pop goes, I threw that out, Lockie. I was like, damn, I would have loved to taste a little bit of moonshine. Got a little bit of moonshine crazy. I'm not sure what it does to you, but it makes you blind, doesn't it, if you have too much? Much like all alcohols.
I don't know.
It does. Mate. Dukes of Hazzard, Moonshine, that's what they were running.
I never watched the Dukes of Hazzard.
What are you talking about? That's like one of my favourite movies.
I need to do my research better.
Dude, the Dukes of Hazzard, Jessica Simpson.
What do you reckon the most legless you've got off of like a kind of like straight alcohol has been?
I don't know. In Florence once I tried to walk back to our campsite, which was like half an hour away. But that was because they were free pouring their drinks. And I ended, I don't know, I just woke up in the gutter. It's a standard experience when you're on your gap year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think mine probably was. I reckon I was in New York and I was drinking vodka with Russians, which fucking not a smart idea.
Yep.
Because I swear they don't even enjoy it right. They're just methodical. They'll get a bottle of vodka and they'll be like, every like 2-3 minutes, bang, shot down.
They're just used to it. They're born up drinking.
And I can't remember what happened for a while, but I'm not a bedwetter. I don't piss the bed.
Okay, geez, you've really doubled down on that one. You should have seen the look he gave me. For those listening at home.
But anyway, got absolutely...
And I don't watch hentai. And I don't wet the bed, and I don't watch hentai.
No, so I actually don't wet the bed. But anyway...
Okay.
This is the story.
I believe you. Stop. You just relax.
So, obviously got absolutely hammered with these Russians in America. Mm-hmm. And then must have gone to bed. And I've woken up, but like haven't been like coherent. And I thought I was like pissing in Europe. But anyway, I've got up to bed, gone in the corner and just like pissed on someone's shoes and clothes they had sitting there. And then I think someone's come up and he's like, nah, mate, you can't go that. You got to go out there.
In a hostel?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're a scumbag.
And I've gone...
You're the worst.
And I've gone out and I've gone to go to the toilet, the urinal and finish myself. And I was in my jocks and like I had a key card, but I left it in my room. So then like I had to go to like reception just in my jocks, absolutely stark as blind, which is about like 5 floors down in the elevator.
And you've got a whole yellow wet patch on your white jocks down here.
No, it wasn't.
And you go, please, guys, I never do this. I never piss myself.
Well, no, I didn't piss myself. I pissed on someone's shoes and clothes.
I never piss the bed. I never normally do this. That's how you got your immediate ban from all the hostels in America.
Well, I think I was just down there, the jocks asking for another key pass, and there's just people coming in, checking in straight from the airport, JFK.
Must be a good hostel then. Did they give you a pair of secondhand pants or shorts?
No, I had all my stuff up there. I didn't piss on my own stuff, man. It was someone else's.
Yeah, right. So you went straight back.
And then the next morning, I think someone woke up. He's like, someone spilled here? Like, it smells like piss. I'm like, no idea, mate. Couldn't tell you.
Whose shoes? What? Fuck. Imagine who put the shoes on. Were they yours?
No, they weren't mine.
Mate, you're an absolute scum. What'd you do? What'd you do with them? The shoes. No, you just left them there.
Well, they were sitting on the ground, mate. What am I going to do? Like throw them out into the furnace?
Yeah, you hide them. Don't let the dude put pissed shoes on the next morning. Oh my lord.
Now, have you seen what is that episode of The In-Betweeners where is it Simon's trying to get into the club and he's like got his trainers
he gets the homeless
his piss shoes.
Jesus Christ. You were the homeless guy then. You gave the piss shoes to your mate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so bad.
Anyway, moral of the story, don't go fucking drinking with Russians.
Yeah, well, you missed. What else did you do? Were they like gangster Russians or were they just like normal Russians?
Well, they like New York is known as like stronghold.
Oh, so you're in the Diamond District of New York.
The Russian mafia. Well, they call Brighton Beach. It's like, I don't know, St. Petersburg, Little Moscow.
Are they short or big Russians are you drinking with? And they're young or old?
No, they were young. They're in their 20s, but like they were putting them back.
Yeah. And then you don't have any other stories with them. What'd you do that night?
Well, I think I've probably worked very hard to erase everything else that happened.
I don't think you worked hard at all. I think it just might have gone after a couple of shots, mate.
Not hard enough.
I'd love to drink. I'd love to go. I don't think I've ever met a Russian.
Sure you have.
How would you know?
We probably won't be meeting anytime soon. I don't know if they've got it.
Oh, they've got a pretty bad rap around the world at the moment, don't they?
Oh, I feel like it's not their fault. A lot of
no, they're at war. That's the joke. They're scumbags, mate.
Oh, anyway, we'll go to the next topic, and we've spoken about this a bit in the past, but it's just at the forefront of everything which is going on, and that is Elon Musk.
I'm honestly sick of talking about him.
Well, he's not going to be the CEO for Twitter.
Well, I'll talk about him now. I'll still do that. But I mean, I'm just sick of him in general. Hearing about him, he's so annoying. It's just his own app now that he just talks about himself the whole time.
Well, he lost a poll, didn't he? Which was, should I continue to remain CEO?
Oh yeah, I voted on it. I said no. Did you vote on it?
No, I didn't.
No, I followed him on Twitter. I said no. Should I remain CEO? And I said no. And now he's stepping down. But that's the issue. Like, who's he going to pick to replace him?
We don't know. Did you see?
Who'd be someone good to replace him? Someone like Donna Hay. You know, Donna Hay's Christmas. God, she'd be.
Is she a chef?
Yeah, chef. Lovely lady. I think she could really do well at Twitter. I know she doesn't have the experience, but someone kind and has a good view on the world. Who else could take over?
I honestly don't know why, of all the people in the world, the first person that came to mind to run Twitter was like Donna Hay.
Blame Disney. They've been pumping her down my throat. Every time I turn that bloody app on the TV, Disney TV, Donna Hay's Christmas. I started watching it, I nearly fell asleep. But who else? Someone like that.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, no. Probably not.
Did you see that Dave Chappelle was performing in San Francisco and he brought out Elon Musk and he was getting super booed? Because, I mean, like San Francisco is like Silicon Valley, right? That's where all the tech workers like Twitter work.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to hate you. But Elon...
No, what do you mean? They would fucking love Elon Musk. They used to love him like 2 years ago.
No, they don't love him now because he just like
he's getting all
stuffed
the power
over everyone from Twitter. But Elon Musk was actually quite funny. And he said
go.
they were all booing him. And like in a TikTok, I think like a couple of days after, he's like, if you actually listened, they were saying, boo-willionaire.
Yeah, that's probably the response it got on Twitter as well. No laughs. Because Elon Musk is not funny. He's a high-functioning... I don't even know what he is.
Not funny in terms of speaking and like comedic sense, but like
he's a meme lord. Mate. He's a nerd. He's trying too hard to be funny and thinks everyone thinks he's funny.
Nerds are all right.
Yeah, there's nerds and jocks, and he's a nerd. Doesn't mean he's not. Nerds. I'm not saying it is a bad thing, but he's a nerd. And he's not funny. The stuff he's trying to do.
He's pretty funny on Twitter.
I will agree to disagree on that. You think he's funny on Twitter?
Yeah, mate.
They are terrible.
No, you just
he is trying so hard to be funny, and he's not funny at all.
This is just because you're a woke warrior, mate.
I'm not a woke warrior. Stuff the wokeness, mate. I'm more centralist. I can give a fuck. He's not funny. Bring up some of his tweets. He's just trying too hard to be funny, and he isn't. Some of them, he's got his... You can't have that much money and be on top of the world and be funny. It just will not work. You've got too much already. You can't have it all. I mean, he doesn't have the looks, but...
And on that note, we're going to go to a quick break.
Yeah, I'm fucking punch on.
All right, we're back. If you're wondering why we continually stop for breaks in a 45 to 50-minute podcast, it's because we're povos and we've only got a camera battery which can last for 30 minutes. So... if you're out there and you want to sponsor us, please reach out because, God, do we need it.
Just a little Christmas present would be nice. Early Christmas present.
Well, surely Elon Musk, right, can send us a lithium battery or something.
I'm not talking about him anymore, Toss. I'll just beat you up out there. And
anyone,
I'm surprised you've come back to me with Elon Musk, to be honest, after the pacing I've just given you in the hallway.
Woke warrior.
Hey.
Socialist.
Hey, call me whatever you want, mate. I know who I am inside, and that's what the spirit of Christmas
means. Go
means.
back to the Soviet Union, you lefty.
I am full of Christmas spirit right now, so anything you can say will not hurt me.
But on the subject of Christmas spirit, it is a Christmas special, so we
haven't really done anything special yet for Christmas, except wearing, if you're watching online, when we get them up online, we are wearing Christmas kit, and we look fantastic.
Green and red. It wasn't in kind of... consolation to the Portuguese losing the
No, it wasn't. It was more just, I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies lately.
Do you have a favourite Christmas movie?
Oh, jeez, you've come straight with...
You better not steal my thunder here because there is only one answer to this question.
I just go back to I'd love a rom-com. Love Actually is...
You stole my thunder.
Yeah, well, it might be my favourite. It's a lot of people's favourite Christmas movie.
It's objectively I wouldn't even say the best Christmas movie. That's up there in my top 5 movies of all time. I still haven't gotten over that dirtbag Severus Snape dogging Emma Thompson in...
Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
I know, that is a sad part of the movie. I went and watched it in the cinemas once when they do like the re-releases to go see it around Christmas time. There was this lady in there that... He gave her the present and he was just like, no, he's cheating on you in the middle of the cinema. And then she's going, I love this part out loud and then laughing so obnoxiously. There was nothing worse. Shut up.
Who do you reckon?
Everyone has seen this movie.
Cracking soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
The peak has got to be when is it Billy Mack or is it Bobby Mack? Who's
Bill Nye, but I don't know his name in the film.
Yeah, and he's doing the presentation. He's like, don't buy drugs, kids. Become a rock star, and they give them to you for free.
A rock star, yeah. A good line, Toss.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. That's probably enough singing for the episode.
Yeah, we've both had our parts. We will limit ourselves.
I feel like that'd be a good addition to SingStar, though.
Yeah, just Love Actually SingStar, maybe. Do you pop that out for Christmas?
Do you have a favourite Christmas song?
I don't know, man, but I think while we're on movies, I'll take you through the top 100 movies.
Yes, we'll get on the songs in a bit, but go the movies.
Well, I've googled the pretty much Rotten Tomatoes 100 best Christmas movies of all time.
Die Hard has got to be up there.
Well, it is. The first one is Meet Me in St. Louis, 1944.
Oh yeah, crack.
Judy Garland's in it, but like, who has seen that film? No one's watching films from 1944. It would be all white people as well. It'd be so racist.
Surely,
I mean, that is a guarantee in these old movies from 1944. Then shop around the corner, like no one's heard of these. Miracle on 34th Street, very popular movie. Have you heard of that?
no. But I was just
Set in
going to
New
say,
York?
in those 1940s movies, when they were talking about white Christmases, they really meant white Christmases.
Why do you think everyone from history was doing drugs? They are
No, I meant racist segregation.
Okay, sorry,
Far out,
sorry.
mate.
I'm sorry, man. I was just thinking that, yeah. White Christmas. That's a different type of movie, I guess. A lot of segregation. We don't, you know what? We don't have to touch on that. Maybe we'll just leave that there.
Thank you.
And then
Next topic.
there are no movies here. And then Nightmare Before Christmas is number 6. And then Little Women number 7. I mean, what constitutes a Christmas movie? When Christmas is in the movie, does that count as a Christmas movie?
Well, it must, because I mean, Die Hard is up there.
Yeah, but that was on Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's why Die Hard, it is set on Christmas. It's not like before and after. It is a Christmas movie. Little Women, great flick.
Surely,
Have you seen Little Women?
No, I haven't.
The latest one? Oh,
That's why I keep branching over that. Next movie, mate. Next movie.
Oh, you got to go see it.
But surely.
Also, saw that in the cinemas. Some old lady in front of me at the cinema told me what was happening. Oh, doesn't she end up with so-and-so at the end, the main two protagonists?
Oh,
I was sitting there with my nan. I was like, Nan, what the fuck was this? This old lady's just ruined this whole movie for me.
Do you just throw your popcorn on it?
I've never hit an old lady before. And I'll never hit an old lady.
But God, was I tempted.
I was like, no. I was like, Nan, you need to step up. You need to fight this bitch for me because I can't touch her. But you and her go take it outside.
I'm not saying I'd do it, but I can understand why people would.
It was absolutely wild. Yeah.
People spoil like the plot in movies.
Honestly.
Up there, I think probably.
And to do it in a movie cinema when you're not supposed to be talking anyway.
I honestly think that they're worse than global terrorists.
Hey, they're getting cold.
Well,
they're getting cold for
What
Christmas.
have global terrorists ever done to me personally?
I don't know. They've done a fair bit. What do you mean?
Well, I just feel like they haven't affected my life personally as much as Karen in the movie theatre who's like, giving up the plot.
Well, I guess you've got to it takes longer to get through checkpoints at airports. Can't take drugs on planes anymore. Can't take knives on planes.
Mate, you can't even take toothpaste on planes.
Exactly. There you go. They've affected your life there. You've been overseas
And
a
we're
lot.
white as well, so we've got it probably the easiest on planes, and we're still having issues.
Oh, we know. We always get checked because we look cool, and hip. Like we'd have some weed on us or something. That's what I feel like they see.
Oh, you said, yeah, blokes like us, mate.
That's what they see when they see us going through.
We see you going through.
Yeah, well, hey, some of us have it, some of us don't.
Brittany Griner.
She cool and hip. See, exactly. You're making my point for me. Okay, we got number 15, Christmas Story. Haven't seen that. That's a real American thing. Sit down and watch.
Can you just read one movie that people have actually watched?
This is what I'm saying.
Wait,
like Edward Scissorhands is number 18.
Never seen it.
How is that a Christmas movie? And then this is in my top 3, and not many people have heard this. Jingle Jangle. Have you heard of Jingle Jangle?
No.
On Netflix?
No.
There's a little girl named Journey Jangle.
I thought you were
And
going
her dad's a toy maker. And it is a musical, and it has some of the best songs that you'll ever hear. And it came out the other year. And I don't want to tell you, I just want to tell everyone to go watch Jingle Jangle.
Are you getting paid to promote this?
I wish I was, because I would. I'd do it for free.
I can't believe you haven't brought up
free.
your cousin's Christmas movie.
Well, yeah, that was last week. And
Probably not.
That's probably, it's not on many lists.
But go see it.
Oh, yeah, go see
Well,
it.
sure, you're talking about the Griswolds, right? Sure, you see a bit of yourself in it.
That's a movie, The Griswolds, that our parents have seen and used to love growing up. Not a lot of people know about The Griswolds.
Oh, it's a cracky movie.
Griswold's Christmas Vacation.
I see a lot of my old man in Clark Griswold.
Yeah. What specifically?
Oh, it just tries hard to set everything up. And
Yeah, have you ever been on a big long family vacation somewhere? Where dad's crashed the car?
No, I remember one.
The new vacation movie's good where they rub and poo on themselves.
I think there's
It kills
one.
a cow.
It wasn't the Christmas one, but there's the movie where they're going to go away on holidays and, they've got everything like stacked on top of the car.
Yeah.
And he goes to leave the garage and like the top of it just knocks everything down.
Yeah.
I reckon one time we had the capsule on top of the car and we're coming back from the beach and Dad just drove into the garage. Or he's literally Clark Griswold, sort of.
It is one of the things you just love to. You hate to see it, but you love to see it. And the problem is, Dad then makes you clean it up with him and blames the kids in the car for it.
The funniest...
You guys went fucking quiet. This would never happen.
Actually reminded me of something which is very Clark Griswold-esque. I reckon when we were about 12, and when I was about 12, we went to Vanuatu. And you go to the markets and stuff, you know, there's all these like statues and stuff, you know, that, you know, people can buy as, you know, souvenirs and stuff. I remember Mum was a bit away, and Dad's the sort of bloke, he picked something up, he must have knocked it down. It was like, you know, a domino effect. Everything in the store's gone bang, 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 knocked it over, and everyone in the market could hear this big crash. I think Mum said something, oh, geez, I wonder who did that. Wouldn't want to be around there.
What's your dad's name?
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. It wasn't you, was it, Johnny?
Nah.
What did he say? John's just like, nah, honey, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh.
I've been in a store. I went Christmas shopping with my little brother, Eli. He might have been like 10 at the time. And we went to this, you know, the girls, like women just have these like shit shops, you know? They've just got all this useless crap that they put around their house.
Some crystals that they can recharge.
Yeah, stuff like that. And like little cups with like Jack Russells on them or something. I don't know. I'm in there looking for a Christmas present, and I was with my little, he was about 10 at the time. And then we're just standing there and we hear a woo! And this old guy, about 7 years old, farted, scared himself, and just lost it. You know, Eli and I looked at each other, then we locked eyes with this guy, and I was like, run. And then we got straight out of there. And the old guy ran to his wife and ran away from us. And then he looked a bit like Santa, to be honest. But that was... Mum didn't get a Christmas present because of that. Mum, if you're ever wondering why we had to get out of the store and didn't get a Christmas present that year, because the old guy farted.
Checks out.
Yeah, checks out. No, but Scissorhands. What else? Favorite movies? I think we're done.
I think we've watched the movie.
This may be the worst movie list I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Gremlins, Christmas Tale, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Elf. We'll finish on Elf. Elf is top 3 for me as well. Elf and Love Actually, unreal.
No, is Home Alone 2?
Oh, Home Alone's pretty good. Home Alone 2.
Cracking movie, mate.
Very good film. You probably only watch it once a year. Did you ever, as a kid, grow up, do you sort of wish someone would break in?
Yeah, mate.
So you could set up
Wanted to set up the booby traps in.
I would have terrible traps. Mine would just be like shooting a hose at them or something. Put it on the backyard. Like, I'd have nothing. There'd be nothing to do. Maybe the wooden spoon was the scariest thing for me at that age that I'd be slapping them with. I would run and hide.
I feel like we don't have the IQ for that now, let alone back then.
Yeah, well, we need, exactly. Yeah. We need a group of writers to write us some plans to play out on the criminals.
Oh, but while we're on the subject of Christmas and we were talking about shops, do you honestly think, like, we're getting into like Christmas music?
Yeah.
God, it would be tough working in retail. How many times do you reckon in the month of December the average retail worker hears "All I Want for Christmas" by Mariah Carey?
Well,
it's almost like
not enough. I'm going to say not enough.
It's almost,
because it is a beautiful song.
It's almost like those enhanced interrogation methods that they were using on terrorists in Guantanamo Bay. You know, where they just like play one like sound on repeat for a week, and it's like just absolute torture.
I think you'd end up singing along with it in the end. Like it's like a Stockholm syndrome sort of thing. You love it in the end. You just keep singing it. There's some worse songs than that though. I was watching this video the other day, and they were saying there's just the classic Christmas song, which is just a repetition. Jingle bells, and just keeps going the same.
I reckon you
things. That would be the worst.
I reckon you'd end up.
Then there's the ones where it's like sort of smooth talking, like Frank Sinatra sort of stuff.
Yeah, I love Frankie.
They're the good. What's some of his ones? Like da-da-da. Classic old white guy singing.
Elvis?
White guy singing a song. Yeah, exactly like that.
Blue.
And then there's just the new poppy ones, which no one cares about. And then
I reckon no, Ariana Grande does a few good Christmas songs.
Well, there we go. Good poppy ones. And then you just got a place for your heart for Michael Bublé. It's just his own genre, which is similar to the Sinatra ones.
Sinatra, he's very much swing.
God, well, I haven't seen him in a while. And I haven't seen him any of this Christmas either. The boobs.
Maybe he's done a Britney Spears. He's just gone missing.
No, we're not getting back on your fucking Britney Spears conspiracy.
Another conspiracy theory.
She's just gone on Christmas break.
But I feel like the people that are in shops and listen to Mariah Carey, mate, they'd be like, you know, Hodor from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, hold the door, hold the
Hold
door.
door, hold door. And they just be walking around just singing Mariah Carey and they can't say anything else. That's the only lines they've got in their head.
And then in the end, they throw their body on the line for their manager.
Yeah.
And hold the door in when everyone's rushing to get those Black Friday deals.
Well, I suppose this moves on a good thing. Have you done your Christmas shopping or not?
I've done zero Christmas shopping.
Amen, brother.
And what is it? The 20th. It's so bad. That's the thing with Kris Kringles. You don't know what to get your cousins that you see once a year. We can live in completely different lives. This year we've got a Kris Kringle and we got the list sent in of every cousin we've got to buy for. And it's a classic thing from the Crawley family. There's just a random name there, Veronica. And I messaged my cousin, I'm like, who the fuck is Veronica? And he goes, I don't know, but I have to buy for her.
How many cousins do you have?
We've got it. There's a lot. There'd be nearly 20 of us, maybe 15 cousins in this one site. And he's like, I don't know this woman. How am I supposed to buy her a gift? Well, I don't know, man. You got to make it up on the spot. Granny Crawley, though. So we've got 15 of us and maybe more. There's about 30 of us all up with the parents and whatnot. And she every year buys us all a T-shirt. So there's 30 T-shirts she has to buy for the women, the children and the men. And she goes to a lovely store down in Wangaratta, goes to Just Jeans there and gets us all a plain T-shirt. And for 3 years in a row, I've got a bloody V-neck T-shirt, which has been so... I hope Granny doesn't listen to this, and none of my relatives send this to Granny. But I've got V-neck 3 years in a row. And everyone knows if you get in the V-neck, like, you're going to get laughed at by the family. Everyone else knows, sucked in, like, you got a V-neck again this year. 3 years in a row. I've been absolutely stitched up.
I reckon it's funny you say that. My grandma's done a similar thing, but for my dad, right? So bought a shirt for Christmas and thought, like, really good. Found this, like, cheap shirt. It must have been in a market or something. And she thought it was an Adidas shirt, but it was one of those Addy Hash ones. It looks like the marijuana leaf. So Nan's just bought this shirt for Dad for Christmas thinking like, oh yeah, Adidas, that's a good brand. And it's Addy Hash.
It looks so festive. Look at these nice little Christmas leaves or whatever they are. Is it red?
I think it was green.
It's green.
Christmas colours.
Oh, it's absolutely stitch up from Granny. I've got so many. I can't.
Now just try it.
There's a few stories. Actually, I can't tell them now. But I've got a friend that went. There's always broken family. You got half the parents in the world divorced or whatever, and you got step kids and step parents now. And I've got a mate that went to his family Christmas, and the grandma gave out all the kids $100. Except for the step kids, they got $50.
Oh God!
Imagine that. Oh, you just. That is definitely not in the Christmas spirit. That's for sure.
You'd almost rather get a sack of coal.
Yeah.
The way power prices are.
More at the moment. Yeah. So what's your favourite Christmas meal then? I was trying to have a think before, and it's just like I put all the meats on my plate. You don't think about it. I just put all the meats on your plate. You put all the salad. You load up and you fill it up. I hate trifle. Trifle's disgusting.
What about Christmas pudding?
Christmas pudding, horrendous.
No,
There's
but
nothing. Nothing can last in a foil wrapper on top of your fridge for 5 years and be good for you. There's no way.
Nah, Mum will make it that week. And
no, you make it that week, but then Nan gives you a bit and it lasts, I kid you not, 5 to 10 years.
I reckon Mum puts so much brandy in the brandy cream that she's probably directly responsible for about 4 DUIs in our family.
That and maybe the vodkas you have with the Russians at Christmas every year. Mum, I wet myself again. Stop hanging out with those Russians. It is. My mum makes a lovely trifle, but I think I hate the brandy flavour as well.
I'm very much more a savoury man. I do love the Australian thing, which is to get a bit of seafood.
Seafood's good. Are we the only country that do it?
What?
Actually, well, the Mediterranean countries probably.
Yeah, but it's summer for us, so it's not like you're not really having prawns or crayfish in the middle of winter, are you? Unless you're doing a surf and turf.
It is good. Crack them open in the middle of the table, go through them. That's one thing you've got to watch though. Like, you got to be in there because your family can eat them all.
Oh, 100%.
If they start the prawns without you, fucking blasphemy.
You're done.
I hated it. I hate it. They always do it as well. It's also fun to see your grandparents or your parents absolutely tanked on Christmas because that's the pop. I'll give him a few beers and then he's keeping up with me. I'd give him one more. He goes, geez, another one. And he goes, I better go see what your nan's doing. And he stumbles away drunkenly to the kitchen.
You just got that one uncle who's just cracked open the first can at about 8:30.
Oh, yeah, you have to. As they get older, they get it. It's more fun now when you get your little cousins getting to 18. And that's when it really kicks off.
Yeah.
Because then you party into the night.
Sure, you've had a few ones though where you go out the night before Christmas. And then you put in on a brave face around the family. Just
Every year in Albury. One Christmas, we got home at 4 a.m. Christmas morning, and I had two of my mates stay on my floor, and I had to go back that morning for Chrissy, back to their parents' house. Legs between the legs between their tails. Yeah, that's good. Tails between their legs. Going back home. It's a staple in Albury. You head home, but I feel like we're getting too old for going out now, back in Albury. I mean, there's just so many young, like 18, 19-year-olds. You used to be able to go back and know everyone who's there from a few years or few.
But now everyone just spreads out like too far, and it's just
now everyone's so young, you don't know anyone, and it's getting a bit But it is still fun going out. You go out way too late. We normally end up with the pokies, which we do once a year.
The old Bricky's laptop.
Yeah, exactly. For Christmas, trying to make up all the money for the Christmas presents.
Yeah, depending on what you win, you're either getting a gold coin in your sock or you're getting, a pineapple or a kiwi fruit. Nice crisp note from the pokies.
Yeah. I wish it went that way, but it never does. It never does. And then you wake up. This is the worst. If you wake up the next morning and you can never do this, and you can't drink on Christmas, that's when you know you've taken it too far the night before. You can't wake up the next day and not have a beer.
No, you got to do it.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I thought you were saying you can't do it.
No, I'm saying you can't. You can't do that at all. That's when you know you've gone too hard the night before. That's weak as piss.
Who would have thought day two is better than day one? On that note, I think we're probably going to leave. We're going to do some Christmas shopping because God, do we need to do it. Not sure when we'll catch you. The schedule's a bit up in the air, but stay tuned.
We'll be around. Everyone have a good Christmas break. Say hi to their families for us. Get them. You know what? Get them a Tossers podcast subscription, which is by way of you got to subscribe to Spotify first, or free on Apple, iTunes, iPod, whatever they are.
All good streaming services.
Yeah, and then I don't know what else. We might start selling some stuff soon.
Yeah,
get some shirts.
Yeah,
we've really missed the Christmas rush for shirts. Everyone will be saving money. Maybe we'll see you guys at Easter.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
Get some Easter stuff. All right.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Stay
holidays.
well.
Ciao.